feel very privileged and proud to be the patron of this wonderful association. Now I want to draw your attention to the fact that when you say ARC, there's actually two R's in there, not one. The first one stands for resource, autoimmune resource. And that's very important in terms of providing information to the community and to patients and their families about educational things, about how to implement what we already know about how to manage your condition, how to cope with the stresses that it puts upon your lives, how to try to live a normal life with the condition that you've been left with. Now the ARC conducts a number of really important educational and outreach resource things for the community. It has education days. It runs seminars and workshops. It has wonderful information sheets and websites, and I'm sure you've all heard of Charlene, who is the emu sitting next to this cake here, and all of the wonderful pamphlets and information sheets that you can get featuring Charlene and other animals of the Australian wildlife. They also run a question and answer service through the email where people who have autoimmune conditions can send in a question and get a reply from some people who have knowledge and answers and help them in their day-to-day condition, and perhaps help them to seek referral to where they can get better care. And they also conduct cafe conversations to establish and support networks of people who work with those who suffer from autoimmune disorders and help to support them. They provide direct support to patients and their families, and they raise community awareness about the condition. Now the other R is research. Now that's really important for any medical condition, because without research we can only impart what we already know. We can't develop new things. We can't help to put into practice things which people in research institutes have discovered, new facets about autoimmune disorders, which may be able to help people in a practical way. And it's the research which ARC supports, which does things like testing new diagnostic tools. How can we more accurately determine what particular autoimmune disorder someone has? How can we determine them earlier so that the strategies we put into place have a better chance of making a positive difference? How can we help people to implement the management strategies we already know about, but perhaps have not been translated into practical day-to-day experience? How can we get patients access to new drugs which have been developed in the pharmaceutical area, and perhaps enrol them into new clinical trials to find out if these drugs are effective? How can we support people psychologically when their conditions flare up at horrible times and they get assaulted by the conditions which suddenly hit them when they're least expected? And how can they modify their lifestyle and their management? How can they take control of their own management to get more power over the condition which they have? These are the two R's which are at the heart of ARC, and they're very, very important. And the community support which enables ARC to operate and to survive is at the core of making ARC successful. ARC needs your support at a number of levels. First of all, it needs feedback. If you're a patient or you're a member of a family who has autoimmune disease. ARC would like to know what your feedback is about the programs which it has already established, what's working well, what could be improved, where could future strategies and emphases be put. Political support. By that I don't mean joining a political party, but telling people, telling the society, telling all of the people around you, if you think that ARC is doing a good job, tell them about that, because that will induce other support to come to ARC, whether it be from government or from corporate donors or from health service providers. If they know that it's valued and it's working, they will more than likely support it. And of course, what we're doing here tonight, direct donations. You and your friends helping to provide the resources to enable ARC to continue to flourish. I'm very pleased to be here on the 30th anniversary on the creation of ARC. I think it's been a wonderful organisation that's produced real benefit to people suffering from autoimmune disorders, and I hope it can continue to do so for a long time in the future with your help. Thank you.